And then, okay, so this is the course learning outcome or CLO. So for Bio 091, we have four CLO, course learning outcome. So the first course learning outcome is for you to be able to explain the influence of living organism on its ecosystem in cells, biology, and also ecology. So this one, according to the taxonomy domain, it falls under C3. So later I will explain to you what is C3. Okay, and then the second learning outcome is course learning outcome is you should be able to display basic scientific skills in cells, biology, and ecology. Okay, so this falls under P4. So what is P4? I'll explain to you later. And then the third CLO is for you to be able to analyze the impact of man-made environmental disaster and on cell biology and also ecology. And the last CLO is for you to be able to demonstrate information retrieval and management in searching for information related to man-made environmental disaster affecting cell biology and ecology. So this one falls under A3. Okay. So what is C3, what is P4, what is C3, and what is A3? Okay, so we have here Bloom's taxonomy domain. Okay, so this is how you are going to be assessed according to the course learning outcome. Okay, so C stands for cognitive. Alright, so C3, the level here it states application. Okay, so how you are going to be assessed for application is that okay, you are going to learn the theories, okay, throughout the semester from chapter 1 until chapter 8. Okay, and then you will be assessed through you will apply, okay, you will apply your understanding, your knowledge through quiz, for example, through tests, for example, and through exam. Okay, so that is application. You are going to apply your knowledge by answering test, quiz, and exam. Okay, so C4 is analysis. So analysis, it means that you are going to be assessed on how you are going to collect the information and presenting the information. So the assessment will be presentation. Okay, your biodiversity presentation, for example. Okay, and then A3. Okay, A3 effective. Okay, effective. So valuing. So this one you will be assessed through quiz. Okay, through test also, valuing. Okay, value. And then the psychomotor, P4, physical activities. So physical activities, how are you going to be assessed is through your lab work. Okay, physical activities. So you are going to learn the theory during the lecture, during tutorial, and physical activities involves your lab work. Okay, so the assessment is through your submission of your lab report. Okay, P4. Okay, so C is cognitive, A is affective, P is psychomotor. So this is how you are going to be assessed: task, quiz, presentation, and final examination, presentation also. Okay. Okay, so this is student learning time, SLT. Okay, so from this table, it explains to you on how much hours that you have to spend for each chapter. Okay, how much hours of your time you have to spend to learn for each chapter. Okay, so for example, I just give you a few examples. Okay, so chapter 1, we are going to look at macromolecule. So for chapter 1, okay, we are going to cover chapter 1 for 2 weeks. Okay, week 1 and week 2. Each week, okay, the total lecture hours is 3 hours. So 3 hours times 2 weeks. Okay, chapter macromolecule, chapter 1 and chapter 2. So the lecture hour for chapter 1 is 6 hours. Okay, so this is for lecture hour. So SLT is student learning time. So this is how much time that you have to spend on studying macromolecule on your own. Okay, so for every for every hours of lecture, you have to times by 2. So macromolecule 6 hours of lecture, right? Okay, so 6 hours of lecture times by 2, so it means that you have to study approximately of 12 hours on macromolecule alone. Okay, so 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 it means what? It means that you have to always do your revision. Okay, don't wait until the last minute, right? And then for tutorial session, so you have 1 hour of tutorial every week. Okay, so for macromolecule, we are going to cover the macromolecule for 2 weeks. So the tutorial session with me is 2 hours, and in your own time you do the tutorial is also 2 hours. Okay, 2 hours. Okay, same goes to the other chapters. Okay, so just remember this one. So make sure that you do not wait until the last minute to do your study, so or else it will accumulate. All right, so this is the course assessment or grading. So coursework comprises of 50%, and another 50% is the final examination. So for coursework, it is divided into several components, which is the mid-term test. Okay, mid-term test is C3. What is C3? Application. Okay, so you are going to learn chapter 1 until chapter 2, and you will be asked during test 1. So test 1 will cover chapter 1 and chapter 2. Okay, so test midterm test is 15%, and then you have your 3 quizzes. Okay, 3 quizzes. Quiz 1 will be given during week 5, which is on macromolecule. Quiz 2 during week 7, which is on plasma membrane transport. And week 12, you will be given quiz 3, which is on cellular respiration. Okay, so the total percentage for quiz is 5%. Okay, so C3 is what? Application. So you are going to learn on this chapter, and you are going to apply the knowledge in your quiz. Okay, and then lab practical, your lab work, experiment 1, experiment 2, experiment 3, and then your submission of lab reports, and also the video, okay, of you explaining how to use the microscope. Okay, so this one is P4 psychomotor, right? P4, and also affective. Okay, A3, okay, valuing. So you are going to do the experiment in group of 5 members, and then you are going to submit the lab report, and also the video of you explaining how to use the microscope. Okay, and okay, so this is the explanation. Okay, so the lab practical comprises of 10%. Okay, 10%, 5% reports for the 3 experiment, and another 5% of the video that you prepare showing you how you use the microscope. Okay, so the maximum duration for the video is 5 minutes. Okay, from each group. Okay, so all the lab work will be carried out in a group of 5 to 6 students per group. So it means that for S10, for example, I want 5 groups. Okay, 5 groups, and each group consists of 5 members. Same goes to S9, S61, and S62. 5 groups, and each group consists of 5 members. Okay, so this is the group that you will maintain for doing lab practical, mini projects, and also biodiversity presentation. Okay, and I want for each group comprised of boys and girls. I don't want one group comprises of only boys and one group comprises of only girls. I want a mixture of both boys and girls. Okay, so make sure that you are divided equally among the groups. Okay, so you can decide on your own which team member that you want. All right, and then for the next one is the mini projects. Okay, so again, you are going to do the mini project in the same group as you do the lab work. Okay, choose any topics within the syllabus, okay, for you to come up with a proposed experiment. Okay, and then with the introduction, the objective, the procedures, the hypothetical results, because you are not going to actually carry out the experiment. Okay, so this is just like a proposal, okay, of the experiment. Okay, and then you are going to come up with the hypothetical results, discussion, and then conclusion. Okay, and also you must state references, okay, that you use, okay, to do the mini project. And then um, the the outline, okay, or how to write the report, the mini project reports, and also the lab report. You will refer how to do the report in the lab manual. Okay, so each group must write the report of the mini project. So the report is 10% and the presentation is 5%. So altogether for mini projects is 15%. Okay. And as for the biodiversity presentation, so you are going to be doing this presentation in the same group. Okay, group presentation to demonstrate new ideas and self-learning in searching for references related to man-made environmental disasters or any issues relating to biodiversity in Malaysia only. And then presentation include the clear delivery of topics. So you can present on endangered species, okay, animal species or plant species, threats and action taken for conservation. So presentation for biodiversity will be on week 13 and 14 during the ODL lab session. So in order for you to present the mini projects and also biodiversity, you have to prepare a video presentation. Okay, and then for the final examination is 50%, right? And then, so these are examples of biodiversity topics that you can choose. Okay, so you can cover on endangered animal species in Malaysia, for example, Malayan tiger, black shrew, Malayan tape, pygmy elephant, proboscis monkey, orangutan, pangolin, or any other endangered species that are found in Malaysia. Okay, so we are going to learn biodiversity in Malaysia. So you have to find examples of endangered species, focus on one species. So you have to explain why is it endangered, what are the conservation effort that is applied, okay, to save the animal, for example. Okay, and then you can also choose endangered plant species. So these are examples of endangered plant species. So you can search in the internet, choose one species and then explain why is it endangered. Okay, what is the conservation action that has been applied to save that species, for example. Okay, and then you can choose by other biodiversity issues such as habitat loss, deforestation. Okay, examples of deforestation that occurs in Malaysia. You can give specific example. For example, okay, invasive species, over exploitations, okay, pollutions, climate change, conversion of forests into agriculture land, and other issues. Okay, so these are some issues that you can think that you can present for your biodiversity presentation. Okay, so so lastly, just a reminder. So for the lab session, you must wear a lab coat. Okay, so if you already have a lab coat, you don't have to buy. But if you do not have lab coat, you will have to buy the lab coat once you enter the campus. Okay, the price and the actual date for you to buy the lab coat will be announced later. And then you must comply to 80% attendance. Okay, 80% attendance. The only reason I allow you to not attend the class is if you are sick and you have MC. or you have doctor appointment, and you must have MC, okay, or any other emergencies, or death, okay. So you must comply with the 80% attendance, or else you cannot take the exam, okay. And then, so this is the workbook, okay. So once you enter the campus on week 4, okay, so you will have to buy workbook. So this is the workbook, okay. So the workbook is it also includes the lab manual in one book, okay. One book, you have the exercise for the whole chapter 1 until chapter 8, and also the lab manual in this one book, okay. So you will have to buy the book once you entered the campus, okay. And then you must behave properly lah, okay. So because we are learning online, so you must follow the adab, okay, adab beronline, okay. And then, so this is the reference book, okay, that we are going to use, which is Solomon 11th edition. So you are not required, okay, to have this book, but it is suggested, okay. It is suggested for you to have this book, because for you alone to depend on the lecture note is not enough, okay. So you can buy the book, but if you already have the book, you don't have to buy, okay. So you can buy the book once you have entered into the campus, okay. So so that's it, okay. So this just a briefing for Bio 091, okay. So we'll see you on the next session. All right, thank you.